Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is your boy, Coach Josh Smalls, in the building. It is coffee time with Coach. I am very excited about today. I get to bring an amazing guest up here today. I'm so hoping that y'all going to receive this brother. And yeah, it's going to be good. I'm hoping that your day has started off on a good balance. And if not, we're going to try to move it on over to the left or move it on over to the right, whatever it needs to be, so that we can make your day become better than what it started off. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. Like I said, my guests are, and he's already in the building. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is how I like shows to happen. The magic happens when you put forth the foot to make the magic happen. So I'm not even gonna waste time. I want to bring up y'all. First, I'm going to stand up a little because I want the guests to see what I'm wearing today as I'm bringing on. Y'all welcome to the stage, Mr. Sootrue himself, my youngest brother in the building. What up, bro?
What's up, people? What's up, everybody? Be cool. How you be cool? What's up, Ja?
I can't call it, man. I can't call it. Here, another day in the jungle. We living, we loving. Life is great. What can we say?
That's a good flag behind you too.
Listen, we got to do it, man. People got to understand what it is. I mean, they got to know how we live it out here in these world.
So let's think, but we good, though.
So before we even get started, tell the people who you are. Tell them where you're from, which they know that because tell them who you are. Who is Sootrue? Sootrue.
I am the bottom of the Granny's boys. I am the baby brother of Ja and Wits, and you know where we from. We from Brooklyn, East New York. Sootrue is the latest, the greatest. I am the choice for the people. Sootrue is a brand, a urban brand, a brand that pushes the people, a brand that just moves, and I'm the epitome of it.
Yeah, I am very proud to see the growth in what you've been doing.
Yeah,
from the beginning, and I mean, I remember you coming home from the hospital, so it's one thing to see an infant child to grow into be a strong black man and growing up and doing some amazing things. There's a few things I want to talk about because we've always been lovers of basketball. That is
that's been our second heartbeat.
Yeah, I've always been from because remember I moved here and I moved back home. Well, I came back home. I didn't move back. And I didn't realize how amazing you become on the basketball court. Like, I will never forget that day I saw you play for the first time, bro. Listen, I was so proud to walk up in the spot, and everybody's like, "Yo, look!" And to see you play, you and Ben, like just watch both of y'all play and see you coming. Talk to me about how the experience basketball took you through in life, starting from when you first picked up a basketball to how that felt to be sitting almost on top of the globe, if you would.
Wow. Basketball was like a lifesaver at the time. We grew up in a very heavy, violent area, so with it being all around you is inevitable for it to be a part of you, before you want to get a piece of it, before you want to be out in the street. So basketball was the first thing that made me realize that it was an out. It was an out from being in East New York. You had a way of getting away from all the drama, getting away from all the drugs and violence. So from picking up that first ball, it just took me to a whole nother planet, especially when I realized what I can really do with it. Once I started going to 302 and started playing in like West Fourth and Rucker Park and stuff, it was like I could really do something crazy with this ball. So how far can I take it? And then when other people started seeing how good I was, I started taking it real serious. Like, all right, this is something that I can really use to get me and my family away from here, And then once we moved down to North Carolina, at that time, I was a few steps ahead of everybody already because I was up north and just the style of basketball up north is so up tempo and down here is more of a slow pace. So I was already a couple steps ahead. So now once I started getting college offers, it was like, oh, yeah, we're gonna really, we really gonna take it where it can go, So it was like life saving for me, And then on a art side of it, it was like painting, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just the flow of it, the music behind it. It was just like it was magic,
I tell you, I was so excited to come to college and watch you play. I mean, don't get me wrong. So I hated your high school coach until Baumgartner came. Let's just put it out.
Listen, the only high school coach I remember is Baumgartner. I don't know the others.
Right.
I
When
don't know that.
Baumgartner came, basketball took another shift for me, for you, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that day. I don't know if you remember this, but it was a day I forgot who y'all lost to, and I was pissed, man. I was pissed at you, at that guy who was in the coaching position. I was so pissed at him, and then I noticed everybody was like, "Yo, Faraj, your brother's your coach." It was a big roar. I would have loved to have coached you. Well, let's just keep it 100. Like the only thing that I think I do better than you on the basketball court is mid-range game. I think my mid-range game. Listen. I'm giving you everything else, right? But I'm always gonna feel like I'm the best mid-range player there is. That's just how I feel, right? Not right. But everything else on the court, I give you the handles, even 3-point shooters, because I got out of that. Once I learned what a full 3 dribble pull up can do to you, I mean that's all I wanted to do.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out. Help me understand, how does it feel to, because I don't really know who even trained you, because I was here. Like I didn't watch you.
I didn't have a trainer. Allen Iverson trained me. That's who trained me.
That's what I'm getting at.
So for me, it was, I didn't have, like, a lot of these kids now, I tell them, y'all got it the good way, because coming up, we didn't have trainers like that. We didn't have internet too heavy, you know? So a lot of my training was, I had to wait till a game came on and then really pay attention and mimic some moves. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was Allen Iverson. I used to mimic almost every move he did, you know, from the crossover to the step back, you know what I'm saying, to the behind the back, to the lay, everything that Allen Iverson did, I had down to a science, you know. Best way I could do it. I couldn't do it exactly like him, but the best way I can do it. So I didn't really have trainers. My first trainer was definitely you. Like when we moved down here, once we started when I started going to college visits and started realizing these guys are 7 foot and they big, that little body to body layup not always gonna work. You got to develop a jump shot. That's when we really started digging in. You know what I'm saying? So my first legit training probably was like my summer of my freshman year. That's when me and you started really digging in, trying to develop.
Yeah. I used to turn your volume down. It might be an echo.
Turn my volume down?
Turn your volume down just a little bit. I really enjoyed when we would go to the Y and play with the old heads and some of the guys who played college ball and stuff like that, and a couple of old pros. I really enjoyed that because it was good to be able to see the way your game had actually grew and what it grew to. I have never been a crossover dribbling kind of guy. That wasn't my thing. I'm just quick and I'm gone. I don't got time. I'm not fucking around with the ball. I'm out.
Yeah, I got time.
One of my favorite highlight moments, even though Baumgartner called the timeout.
That fucking game winner at Philip O'Berry.
Philip O'Berry. And the second one was when y'all played West Charlotte. West Charlotte was number 1 in the state in defense and number 3 in the region in defense. And was it 26 points you scored the first half?
27.
27 half, didn't play the second half. And I think the most fulfilling moments was to see you say, you know what? I'm just going to play my game and whatever happens, happens. I think in that you graduated to an understanding of coach on the floor versus coach off the floor.
Yeah.
And I think that allowed you to become, because you're coaching now, right?
Yeah, definitely. I coach elementary, 4th and 5th graders.
How does that feel as far as having that opportunity to be on the court and not having somebody teach you at that age? How does that feel for you?
It feels good being able to transition my game into coaching and helping others, you know, become better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I didn't have the trainers, the coaches like that. So now that I'm in the position to be what I wanted for me, it feels good to give it to these kids, because I watch kids who never dribbled a ball in their life to by the end of the season, they can put it between their legs, put it behind their back. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that is like a blessing in itself, you know?
Yeah. I cannot wait to see what's next. I see a few things coming up that I just vision. It may not even be a dream or vision of yours, but I see some things happening further in the career as a coach,
Mhm.
being on the bigger plane. And if it got anything to do with my contacts, you already know what it is. But
Yes.
I
For
see.
me, I think the highest I want to go is high school basketball.
You
So
think?
yeah, I don't want to do college. For me, I want to take a team. I want to take a team from fourth and fifth grade, then
Mhm.
turn them into a traveling team, and
Yeah,
then turn them into a high school team.
got you.
Because
So
I want to be that coach. I want to see the coach side of high school basketball when it comes to recruiting, where I'm sending my kids to, making sure they're going to the right program and not just a program, making
right.
sure they're getting the most for their scholarship. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that coach. Like, hey, look, I'm not sending my kid to you if this is all you have to offer, because we just not doing that.
Yeah. And I mean, I know the experience, so I understand that, because there's a lot of things that you had to walk through. But your
Yeah,
mighty.
we walked through it blindly. You know what I'm saying? None of us knew. Literally, I'm the first one to actually get a scholarship to actually go to college. We didn't really know what we were doing, what kind of animal, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we say this all the time. We'd have just went JUCO first. It would have been no reason for me to go to Bama. Now we'd have just went JUCO, and then we'd have developed from there.
yeah. But at the same time, I even wonder with that, because yes, it could have been a different route, but it might have been a less successful route, if you will. It might
Yeah,
be.
yeah, true.
And I remember there was a time, I don't know if you remember, but there was a time when I was actually going to create a Division II tournament, for just junior colleges. I don't know if
Oh,
you.
nice.
And
Nah.
my plan was, I had some TV contacts, and my plan was to let's give them a tournament that really showcases them for the bigger schools that they can actually come to. And I had
Mhm.
everything in the works, because I was preparing for you to get here and be in that. But just how it is, you don't have the right support with some things you do, and then life takes on. But
Yeah, life grabs you up.
grabs you up. Let's talk about your brand, So True, because I know we're
Okay.
gonna talk about Brooklyn. We're gonna talk about
Mhm.
home. That's gonna take up the whole. And
Right.
talk to me about So Trues. Let the people know where that came from, what the whole idea of So True was, where it came from, and if you got some stuff that you can show them, feel free to show.
Oh, it's stuff. I mean, it's stuff all in here. But
I know.
So True started when my last college, when I went to A&T, it actually started where I was making bow ties. So I
Hmm.
was trying to find a way to separate myself from everybody else. I was already in the business department. My major was marketing. So every Friday we had to dress up. So for me, it was I wanted a part of my dress up. I wanted to, stand apart from everybody else. We all got on blue suits, black suits, but what can separate me from everybody else? So I found an accessory. I decided to go with bows. I started making bows from scratch. Mommy taught me how to sew, so I
Hmm.
was making them from scratch. So I really was just making them for me at the time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, after wearing them a lot on campus, a lot of people just was like, "Hey, man, where you getting these bows from?" So I'm like, "I make them." Next thing you know, everybody's like, "Yo, can I purchase one? Where can I get them?" So now my hobby, my passion, now transitions to a job, transitions into a trade, basically. So I'm like, shoot, I'm about to start making them to sell. So started making bows, but after a while, it just was like, that's not the only avenue I want to attack when it comes to fashion. I want to branch out and attack every part of it.
Yeah.
So when I got back to Charlotte, that's when I started to just sit down and see, hey, what is it that everybody is wearing right now? What is it that everybody loves? And how can I transition that to something that I love? So,
Hmm.
I love sneakers, I
Yeah.
whole closet of sneakers. So I was like, I need to have something that can complement my sneakers. And then that's when So True in itself just developed. So now we had So True bowls, and now we're branching off to So True urban wear, streetwear.
Hmm.
And then after I created that, the next piece was Naeem, our nephew, God rest his soul. Our brother Benny Ben made the ending of the obituary that said needed an earth's motion.
Yeah.
So I took that as a symbol of life. Everybody needs to realize how important we are on this earth, because we can be here today, gone tomorrow. So I put that into my brand to let people know, like, this brand isn't just something that you wear, it's a part of your lifestyle. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's a symbol of how you want to live your life. Fashion is a shield for you to express love in so many ways, you know. So after that, we had the Naeem branch off, and it's just been up in the sky there. So here's a Naeem sweatshirt that I just finished.
Yeah.
You know, we got the original Sootrue. You got a Sootrue on.
I got one on too. Just so y'all see. In case y'all can't see.
Here's one of the new Sootrue sets with the broken heart on the back of it.
Yeah.
What else is in there? There's all types of stuff in here. One of my original leathers.
Yeah.
Silk sets. There's all types of stuff here. My silk set, summertime stuff. Real silk stuff. So I mean, it's just we touch everything. The latest thing I did was the extra long hoodie. I put the zippers on the side of it.
Oh wow, yeah. I hadn't seen
on the front of it.
On that.
Yeah. These is Velcro, so the needed in earth motion we actually could peel off. So that actually comes off.
Oh wow.
So
yeah, that's dope.
Just a branch of everything, you know. Because urban wear, as far as in our community, we wear it almost everywhere. Even when I wear a suit, sometimes I put a hoodie underneath the suit. So we always trying to find a way to flip streetwear. So I just make a bunch of stuff. Gotcha. A lot of the ideas come from dreams too. Like I'll have a dream, I'll picture it in the dream, I'll put it on paper, and then wake up and do it.
Yeah. So Greg Boston said we need to take it to the court and see who owned the mid-range game.
Look, you've been away from the court for a little while now. Yeah, I've been in the court with the quarantine for a while.
Yeah,
I haven't missed a beat.
It's been almost a year.
Yeah, see, the last time I played basketball was yesterday.
Kendra wants to know where can they buy the shirts and stuff.
So right now, I'm on Instagram. That's where the easiest market for me, the easiest way you can get a purchase. My Instagram is at soo.t.rue. You'll actually see live situations where I'm making something live. I put all my latest products on there. You'll see the hoodies, you'll see the t-shirts, the shorts, the socks, everything is on there. I strictly just use Instagram right now because I'm building a website, but Instagram is where I get the most traffic. So
is that right? Put it up there. Can you see
we can see it.
Okay, good. So I've watched from the bow ties. I've worn a few. I've worn one in a photo shoot that I did with the Charlotte restaurant. Folks. Actually, you dressed me that whole day.
I dressed you that whole day.
The whole outfit was mine. I still post that picture every now and then as a reminder. If I'm doing research on you, or I'm writing a paper on you, I'm doing this major interview, what's one thing you want people to understand about your brand? What sets your brand away from anybody else's?
The biggest thing I want people to take away from my brand is the meaning, the whole needed in Earth's motion, the whole Naeem behind it. You know what I'm saying? We all carry that energy because we all, at times struggle with, mental health. We have, depression, things that come up, but we have to realize how important we are on this earth. If we take ourselves away and look at the effect that we have on so many people around us, you'll see how important our energy, is in this world. So that's what my brand represents. So when you wear it and you see it, that should be your first thought. Like, all right, he understands the meaning of being here on this earth. And this fashion piece is a representation of how I feel about myself.
Yeah. Let's talk about home.
What?
If you was home right now, you just getting off the plane, you just took the train, you got off Van Sicklen on the A or the 3, whichever.
I'm about to say the A or the 3. Which one we getting off of?
The one you getting off of. What's the first thing you buying to eat?
I'm buying the Hero.
The Hero.
I gotta have a sandwich as soon as I get off. It's either gonna be a sandwich or it's gonna be a slice. That's just how we're gonna go. That's the first one. Then by dinner, I gotta go to the Puerto Rican spot. I gotta get me some stew beef, some rice. I gotta have that.
So you're going to Which one you going to? Not the Dominican spot downstairs when we used to live.
No, not that one. So it's one right by the pink houses, right by the school right across the street. I'm going to that.
Got you. My first stop is if I'm in Brooklyn is going down Sutter to get some pizza.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm going to Sutter Avenue to get me some pizza. That's gonna be my first stop. That's listen. When I don't know, I never had Chicago deep dish pizza. I'm not gonna say it ain't good. I'm not gonna say it don't taste fantastic. I'm not gonna say it doesn't taste great. It might be magnificent. I grew up on thin slice New York style pizza.
I got the kids, so I was making sure that they were straight.
Okay. I'm going New York style thin slice pizza all day long. That's what's
Southern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Now,
see, but the last time I was there, they have different owners, so the pizza that we know is totally different. You know?
don't tell me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
there's different owners now. So
yeah, I'd have to go to because them dudes is old, man.
you can go the spot New Lots underneath the train station.
They was
still the same.
Mike's was the best one though. That was the best one, hands down. Of course, you're gonna prize. That was the best one. So if I'm not gonna do that, I have to go to Ray's Pizza in Manhattan. Ray's, yeah, because Ray's got the best. And what I love about Ray's, because they got like 6 different locations. Every location, the pizza same, exactly the same. They don't budge. It tastes like the same person making it. Your favorite place to play basketball?
Miller
Ave.
Miller Park by a long shot. That's where I developed my confidence. That's where I developed my trash talking. That's where I developed who I was as a ball player. I play Miller all day. I'll take that over anywhere. Wow. Even would it be, see, now that we older, we realize that the court is lopsided. We was playing on the hill the whole time we was growing up and never knew that.
Never knew it. You know what was funny? Was that y'all who put the milk crate up to play? Why? Because
so when it used to be times where y'all at the time y'all were the teenagers and the adults, and we weren't old enough to play with y'all, 10, 11. So when y'all took over the main court, we made the courts right next to y'all, you know, which was like a confidence boost too, because we watching games where people getting dunked on. We young, we can't dunk on nobody yet. Yeah. So now that we have these crates where we can dunk on people, it was just like, I'm hitting you with a for real cross, and then I get to get a 2-hand dunk at 10. That's mind blowing. That's mind blowing. That's ESPN to us.
I've never had a 2-hand dunk ever in my life. I caught a 1-hand off the rebound, though.
I had a 2-hand. I had a 2-hand in JUCO.
Wow. I caught a 1-hander off the rebound on the goal closest to the store, to Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up. I came from that downside with I came from there, and I don't even know how I got up there, bro. Like you just jump and you real light, and I caught one. I still had a mark on my wrist because I never did that before, and I caught you. My funny bone was ringing. I ran down the court. Yeah. My arm was hurting.
I know that feeling, boy. I remember the first time I grabbed the rim. It was like, Lord, I didn't even know I could do this. So now I'm trying to dunk everything after this.
Yeah, man. Tell me who was like in middle school, well, middle school or high schools. You did stay high school the whole years up there. So who was one of your favorite or most memorable teachers when you were in New York City?
New York City? Most memorable teacher? Miss Smith, my science teacher.
Okay.
Fifth grade science teacher. She was the magic school bus type teacher. Everything was hands-on. Everything was like kaboom, basically in your face. You know what I'm saying? So Miss Smith, and she black teacher too. So she was real into our neighborhoods too. Like she would come visit us at the house and all that. So Miss Smith probably was definitely the most memorable. And then strong second was Mr. Barnes. That was my first time seeing a black male be so strong in the school system. So Mr. Barnes and Miss Smith.
I have not had a black male teacher the whole time I was in school.
Yeah.
In fact, even when I was in not high school, and even when I went to college, I never had a black male teacher. I never had a black. I had a nope, not even a dean. Because
I only had two male teachers in my entire school life, honestly,
wow.
and both of them were black males. One was Mr. O'Neill, that was high school down here. He taught us Black history.
Okay.
And then Mr. Barnes, he was our math teacher in New York.
Got you. Wow, that's interesting. I always, as an adult, I look back at that and I was like, damn, I didn't have the only black male role models we saw in school was the janitor. That's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad. So, talk to me about teaching, man. How does that feel being?
Patience. Like I tell everybody, teaching gives you so much patience because you get so many different types of characters in your class or in the building in itself. You know, I'm a BMT, so I reach K through 5th grade. I see all the kids, you know, so it teaches you a lot of patience. It's also good to see that kids like that you're in the school. You know, they like to see a male in the school because there's not a lot of us. Black, yellow, green is not a lot of males in the school system in itself. And we need more males, you know, so being able to be a part of that small percentage of males, of men giving back to kids. I'm helping raise the next president, the next, you know, All-American, you know, the next chess master. I'm helping create those, you know, based off my words and my actions. So, I mean, it feels good. Feels real good.
That's what's up. There's a day when one of your students is going to be graduating college as an athlete, and he's going to look back at all the people that have been in his life. What is the one thing that you would like to hear that student say they gained from being a student and an athlete student? A student, an athlete.
The biggest thing is attitude. I want them to remember that. Like, I want them to remember all the quotes I give them about attitude and how your attitude dictates where you go. Your attitude is your altitude. So how you dictate, how you act, how you move, how you speak will either raise you or lower you. You know, that's the biggest thing I teach them as athletes, as students, as student athletes. You know, you got to have the right attitude. That's going to put you in a predicament to be successful or unsuccessful, you know? So, and then I want them to remember, honestly, like I teach them that it's your presentation. Your clothes need to be clean, you know, your sneakers need to be clean. You need to smell right because presentation is big too. You can use all this good vocabulary. You can talk, you know, proper. But if the way you smell, they're not going to get your message. If your clothes is, you know, wrinkled, they're not going to pay you any mind. So you got to make sure your image is up to par too.
Yeah. There's something that I've always respected about. I respect your gangster, if you would.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how you can wear some of the colors you wear, and I'd be like, damn, that shit look fly. And I'd be like, there's no way I can get away with that.
See,
there's no way I can.
For me, it's I instilled in me a long time ago. In order for me to be different, I gotta do different. A lot of people be scared to do certain things, and for me, I already see the image. You know, I already see the fit, the color before I even put it together. You know, I feel like that's like a superpower that I have, where you can drop a whole bunch of clothes on the floor, and by the end of the day, I'm gonna have 7, 8 outfits picked out, mixed match that you would never think would go together until I put it on, and it's like, all right, now I see what you did with it. You know. Me, I don't have no fear. I don't really care what people think. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, it's my fly is my fly. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be cool how I be cool.
I would have never owned a pair of green sneakers if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
I would be like, nah, I'm not gonna buy that green. It's not gonna work. And then, like, when I look at your birthday pictures and all the pictures on Instagram, I'd be like, how did he get away with that shit? Because I no way it's gonna look right on me. And then you'd be like, yo, son, just put it on. Just put it on.
Like the day you had your interview. You was like, wow. I'm like, son, put it on. Trust me, it's gonna compliment how you look. Trust me.
Yo, my smile changed that day. I'm like, oh.
But
Yo, son.
But see, you got to think about this. Goes way back to generational curses too. We were never taught to love ourselves that much to try anything. You know, we weren't really taught that the impossible is possible. You know, we're just now starting to learn that. You know, so for me, it's a once I learned that the impossible was like I could do that like tomorrow. Every day was tomorrow for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell a lot of people that all of my brothers are either poets or MCs.
Yeah.
They really don't. They don't grasp. A lot of people don't grasp the idea that we all actually are really brothers and lived under the same roof at one point.
With one bedroom.
And it was 3 bedrooms, but all the boys was in one.
There you go, one bedroom.
And having to do that, I think that is the one thing that made us understand what unity and love is.
Yeah.
I think that
Unconditional love, though. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional love.
I don't think we would have gotten what we might not have known how absorbent our hearts really are had we not lived. I remember. Well, I'm not even gonna give me a few good moments that will always last forever that we had in the crib.
As all or just?
I mean, just as all, like at one time, all of us, as many of us as possible in it, because
Right, so as many of us as possible that I remember. When I get out this interview, I will. There's a lot of them. The biggest memories that will last forever that we all should remember is going to the beach.
Yeah,
exactly. Listen, we used to get up. Mom used to get a whole loaf of bread, make the whole loaf of bread out of sandwiches. She used to pack a bunch of snacks. We used to all get dressed, meet our cousins, get on a train, and just be at the beach until it get dark. I feel like that is the best memory that we've had. You know what I'm saying? Now, number 2 is on Genie House.
On Genie
hands
House.
Down. You know what I'm saying? Hands down on Genie House. We was Muslims celebrating Christmas at on Genie House. You understand what I'm saying? That's how good on Genie House was. You know what I'm saying? So it was just on Genie House was family.
Anytime. And it don't even be just anytime. We just met up there by accident.
Anytime. And I think that's why so many people gravitated towards us too, because for them it was unusual to see so many people that are actually family being in one area at once. Yeah. You know, we talking about first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, we all together. You know, we all live in the same hood. We all grew up in the same area and always together. Like I used to tell people all the time, when I was living in New York, every day I used to be with at least 8 or 9 of my cousins, like legit cousins. Think about it. Mikey, William, Cal, me, Jabril. Who am I missing? William. Harry. Every day. That's every day. And it's not, and we're for real family. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Every day.
I didn't even do the math to that. That's crazy.
Son, every day with the same family members, not friends, not family. Every day.
Right. That no matter what happened, we going home together.
No matter what happened, we going home together. We doing everything together.
You know, at any given moment, it could be 20 people on Genie House.
The minimum.
In wintertime, snowing with the window and the front door wide open.
Yeah, and that's the minimum 20. You know what I'm saying? That's a minimum.
That's before everybody
exactly. It's already 1, 2, 3. It's already 4 of them in the house already at that time.
Yeah.
We bringing in 7. You know, Morales, it's a whole 7, 8 of us at one time. You know?
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I miss part of why my Novembers are so bittersweet. But there's a lot of memory, there's a lot of good memories we have. But part of that's why, because we know right after my birthday, on Genie House is definitely, it just turned up. Everybody's preparing for what's gonna happen over there every damn day.
Every day in November, from November to January 5th is up. Yeah.
Until Aunt Genie decide, okay, I seen y'all too much. I'll see y'all next week. Oh man. Do you miss walking from one park to the next park, taking the train to the next park just to have a tournament?
So I don't The train, not so much. The train, we got a lot of violence on the train, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't miss the train too much.
Yeah.
Too much. We had too much, you know, that's the whole reason why mommy moved us out of there. We had too much going on the train, you know what I'm saying? But the walking, yeah, man. Like I tell all the time, my friends and my people's like the noise, the smells is nothing can beat that, you know, and just walking to games with 15 people, you know what I'm saying? There's so much going on, you know, so much love going on in between these crossing of the streets and just walking to these games. And then even the energy of walking in the gyms was just like, as soon as we get in there, they already knew, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, we got the East New York boys in here. It's about to be up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we about to really see a game. You know what I'm saying? We got Jabril shooting from half court. We got Veli shooting from half court. You got me and Reggie doing all types of between the leg pass. You know what I'm saying? So you're really getting a show out of some 12, 13-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it was just, for me, the summer circuit of basketball was just like heaven.
Yeah, man.
We talking about 6-7 games a day type thing in the summer, you know. And this not even including AAU. This is before we even really was on AAU like that. This just neighborhood tournaments. We going from Frederick Douglass in Harlem all the way up to Queens, you know what I'm saying, just to play ball, you know. Not including the 5 or 6 tournaments right in East New York, Gersh Park, Miller Park, 302, 292. You know what I'm saying? We playing in all of those.
I caught some wreck in Queens. I ran through Queens. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I used to like going to play in Queens because all the honeys in Queens used to come to the Well, ain't nothing better than you sitting there playing some dude and his shorty sitting over there and you giving him buckets, straight buckets in his mouth.
Yeah, and Queens was cool. We ran Harlem, but Harlem ran us up out of there. When we went to Frederick Douglass, we was actually younger than the team, but they thought we was older than them. And we played like their home team for the championship game, and we beat them by like 40. Like it was bad. I mean, like, and the park is in the middle of the project, the middle of it. So we talking about people hanging out the window watching the game. You got your whole family out here. Y'all the home team. You smacked them. Like we smacked them so bad, kid. We smacked them so bad, so bad.
It's very I can relive some of those moments, some of my moments just listening to you tell your moments.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I miss so much about New York City, but it's just home just ain't home no more, man. It changed a lot. And we grew a lot too, you know.
Yeah. I grew up from New York. You know, I'll go there to visit and stuff, but it's foreign now as far as like even when I go to Miller Park is just so foreign because you know, the people that we knew are now older. So now the people that's in the park, I don't really know anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because we're older now. I probably know your aunt, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know y'all.
Now that's how it felt for me when I first went back. When I came back and I watched you and Jabril play. When I saw y'all play for first, because Umi was like, "Yo, listen, you got to see your brothers playing basketball. They playing that basketball." I was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna check it out." And you know how it is. You always be like, "Yeah, mom's is like." But I wasn't thinking that, you know, mommy really know what basketball is. She know basketball.
Yeah, she know ball. She grew up around ball too.
Yeah. So I will never forget, out of all the games that I've ever watched you play, college, pickup tournaments, of all the games I watched you and Jabril play, I will never ever forget that day in PAL.
Yeah, PAL was different. Well, we were so small then too. We was out there with the older group.
But the point is, like, when I left, you wasn't doing that shit.
Mm-mm.
And when I came back, I was like, like I was a that I became your cheerleader. Right then and I was like, oh, they got to come down south. I said, get them niggas down south. That's what they gotta come. They gotta come.
I wasn't ready though. Like me and mommy had to talk all the time. The only reason why I wasn't ready, the time that she was moving me was a time in my basketball life where I was literally about to be the man. You know what I'm saying? So she moved me at a time where not only was our neighborhood knowing my name, but now my name is carried. You know what I'm saying? So we was gonna go to Vegas. We was gonna go to Las Vegas for an AAU tournament. That the day we left was the day that we were supposed to be going to Vegas.
I'm gonna tell you what bothers me most about that, and I'll say it now because we haven't really had that conversation.
Yeah.
I did not know that part because my man, the cat I know, used to be Big Daddy Kane's manager.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think he's at Shore High School right now.
Mm-hmm.
But they in connected. I didn't know that until after the fact because I would have been like, nah, son, I would have shipped you with them.
Yeah.
Bro, because
But I was already going to Grady. Grady was number 2 at that time.
But what I'm saying is the
Yeah.
context was there. But
Yeah.
I didn't know, I didn't have that. And I was like, so the biggest thing was, gang violence had gotten really big.
Yeah, it was real big.
Gang violence was really so, and I understand what Umi meant. I understand her statement. I understand
it was big, and then we was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's for her. It was like, okay, now y'all getting involved.
Yeah,
I got to get y'all out of here before y'all really don't. Y'all make it out of here in a body bag. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I understood her reasoning as I got older. But at the
older.
time, I wasn't hearing it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hearing it. Like you taking me at the time where I'm about to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man, we had so many stories. I remember I used to come in the house. Y'all used to jump me.
Yeah.
All that stuff, man. There's so many different stories. I want to talk about music.
Okay.
Because a lot of people when we old heads, we'd be like, these young people don't know music. So let's just put that to a test right now. You're coming in the crib. Your day is not the best day.
Uh-huh.
Who was your first number one old school R&B musician, singer group that you putting on your radio?
The Whispers.
Whispers.
And I'm not even really putting it on the radio. I'm putting it on my vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I gotta spin it the OG way. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear that vinyl classic sound.
Right.
Like even to this day, my family will tell you it's times where I'm driving in the car and I gotta hear the Whispers and Bobby Womack and the Barry Whites and it just soothes my soul. Sometimes before basketball games, I don't need to hear Jay-Z all the time. I gotta hear some of this old stuff. The Isleys, I got to hear stuff like that, Stairway to Heaven, just to keep my body at ease,
Right.
But I'm an old soul, I've been this way forever. That old music is just soothing to me.
What's funny is you're the youngest male, Isha's the youngest female, and y'all love all of the old classics.
Mm-hmm.
Because her favorite group is the Whispers.
Yeah, they just feel good.
I'm just wondering if that's where that stemmed from too, from her playing it and you having to hear it, because she was the last one that was babysitting.
Yeah, I mean, it was just magical. Isha played a lot of Erykah Badu. Like, she's the one that made me really get into Badu.
Gotcha.
I would say the old school music would be Saturday mornings. Mommy, just getting up. That was her piece. That was her way of getting a reset. She'll get up and play that music, and it just was like that music just stuck with me for so long.
Yeah. Me and Witz always talking about how Umi used to wake us up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to rearrange the furniture in the crib.
Should have cleaned up the night before. This is what she says. Should have cleaned up the night before. Now you get up at 4. You got to pull all this stuff from underneath the bed. Now that we pulling it from underneath the bed, we might as well move the bed to another location. But now I'm scarred for life because I do this in my life now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up. I got to move stuff. Something got to be different.
You got it bad, bro. You got it bad.
Yeah.
Umi used to wake us up. Man, I remember coming in drunk. Bro, she called me the side one. I was walking across the street sideways. I was drunk. I get down. As soon as I get comfortable in that bed, light on. Okay, let's move this over here. We're going to put this. Get up. I was like, oh, man.
You know how she do?
I had hangovers and never went to sleep. Oh man. So we got about 15 minutes left, a little less than 15 minutes. Let's just tell the people anything that you want to share with the people who are listening, anything you want to talk about, anything you haven't talked about that you want to share, leave a word, anything you want to do. This is your time for that. Just whatever you feel like is on your mind, on your heart.
So I do what I always do. I want the people to know just how powerful their energy is in this world. That it not only takes over you, but it takes over everyone around you.
Absolutely.
So we got to be mindful of the energy that we're pushing out. You want to push out good energy so you can get that good energy back.
Hmm.
So just be mindful of, the words you're using, the mannerisms, how you're walking, just what your face looks like, because at the end of the day, you might be somebody's life-saving moment, that one smile, that one joke, you might have saved somebody's life. And I've had many people that, just being real, have saved my life just based off of a quick hello or a quick joke or, a quick compliment, so we got to be just mindful of the energy that we put into the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my last question I always ask: top 5 most inspirational people in your life, celebrity, dead or alive, whatever.
Number one, Umi. Number two, Naeem. 3, my kids.
Yeah.
4, Allen Iverson. And then 5, ooh, Baumgartner.
Bob Garner.
Yeah, Baumgartner would be the bomb.
I can't wait to see Bob Garner because I hadn't seen him in so long. I can't wait to see him. Is he
So
coming back?
he's making his way back to North Carolina.
Right.
He's trying to come back to North Carolina. But when he was with them Georgia boys, he had some big boys.
Yeah. Which he won't
The
have.
greatest lesson I learned from my brothers was be a bully. Be a bully with what you want in life, not to people, but if it's something that you want to achieve, if it's something that you want it to be a part of you, be a bully about it. Don't let nobody short end you on it. Never take a short end. That's the biggest thing my brothers always taught me. Like if they owe you 10, you get 10. You don't get 9. So for me, it was always that. Be a bully.
If you had the opportunity to meet 5 celebrities, no matter what they've done, whatever their career was, no matter what genre they were in, 5 celebrities, dead or alive, who would that 5 be?
Biggie, Dapper Dan, Pharrell, Jay-Z, The Whispers.
The Whispers. I knew Pharrell would be in there because of because I've heard you talk about the fashion and all those things, that whole idea. And in fact, I would like to make that connection. So hopefully some of my people can get us there, because that's one of the things I want to try to do for you, try to get you connected with some folks that is in his lane. So that's one of the things I've been trying to.
Pharrell and Dapper Dan, baby. Yeah. Dapper Dan changed y'all lives. You know what I'm saying? Dapper Dan was y'all time, but it was just his methods and his just his scientific brain on fashion was just like.
When I watched his because he's got something I think on Netflix.
Got a documentary.
Yeah. And when they showed how all those people came in to sue him, right? They shut him down, and then decades later tried to copy his style without him.
Well, he's with is it Gucci? He's with Gucci.
He's one of them.
He's one of the lead designers at Gucci right now.
Well, he had to go get him. Like, oh, you can't just use my stuff, because they used all his stuff, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Just genius, man. Just genius. Just genius. What's your favorite all-time love song?
Say Yes, The Whispers.
Whispers. Yeah.
Say Yes.
Well, I've listened to The Whispers over and over, especially when I stayed at your sister's house. When I stayed at Isha's house, oh my God.
Say Yes.
Would be number
one. Would be number one for sure.
Man, I've learned a lot listening to. So when I was 4 and 5, 7, Umi had the old school 8-track player, and I hit the program button, and I played the Shy Lights, Delphonics, Stylistics. I played all of them. If she had it, I put that 8-track in there, and I was playing it. Now, people don't know what that is, but that was a whole new thing.
Right.
When I got my first DJ equipment, the first time I learned how to use turntables, man, I would have destroyed your party, because I would have been playing all the old school Soldier. and the first time I was on turntables, I was probably in Wahida had just passed. and Sharif and Hassan had just bought equipment, so they was showing me. I think I had to be in the 6th grade. I wasn't even in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in there with Drummers Beat, AJ Rock, and I know some of y'all don't know that music, right?
Right.
It's how I learned how to cut and how to scratch on Drummers Beat, and it really, 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 really changed some stuff for me. It made me look at music differently, and I wanted to get into production and all that stuff. So, yeah, this is my favorite question to ask.
What?
Top 5 MCs of all time. Doesn't matter what order. Top 5.
See, mine's gonna be way different than yours.
I know it.
Big L, Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Biggie, and probably Rakim.
Rakim. I always tell people Rakim is in the class by himself.
Yep.
I never, when they say top 5, I say Rakim doesn't fit in this, but Rakim is always at my top.
Yeah, but mine, mine's is totally different. Whole nother era type thing.
Well, I learn a lot of the newer music listening to your playlist.
Yeah,
because a lot of stuff I'd be like, oh, what's that? You'd be like, see, I told you, just listen, just listen,
yeah,
just listen.
You got to remember, you got a biased ear sometimes because
all the time.
You stuck in your ways, So me being your younger brother, I gotta show you that we also have storytellers now. You know what I'm saying? The J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's. We got storytellers now that can give you that same, feel that the back in the days did. But it just be some of them we can't really rock with, but it's some of them that they're gonna give us that same classic feel.
I rock with J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kendrick Lamar. What I tell a lot of people is that we can see Kendrick Lamar around the corner in New York City. What's my man name? First of all, your brother Flo.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna kick my behind. Tim,
yeah. Timbo.
Timbo, listen, bro. When I heard him, I was like, son, that ain't you.
Yeah, that's him. That's Timbo.
Because I'm used to seeing them play ball and crack jokes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have a talent, I don't shoot them down. But I just want to hear noise. And
but you see, this is what you got to realize too. Even though we can find the talent around the corner, we can't find those certain types of energies around the corner. And that's that. Like I told you before, it's about your energy. So yeah, you can rhyme. Yeah, you got the skill, but when it comes to interviews, when it comes to what you give into the community, what type of person are you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's what be separating a lot of these famous people. It's it's the energy that comes with the talent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh man, any last words? Any last takeaways, bro? I'm glad you made it, man. I'm glad you was able to. I gotta get Fats back on. I had him on last week, but my internet was all messed up at the hotel.
Yeah, no, I'm getting ready to go play ball. They're playing at Mountain Island Day Fitness, so I'm getting ready to go get some rec over there.
Got you. Yeah, get it in for me because I can't make it. No, I'm not. I'm just not.
Listen, I got you on that mid range now, Pop. I'm sorry. It's over with now. Now you done passed the torch. Now look, you done got to your end. Now you got to give it up. It's over with.
I'm gonna have to give it another shot before I can give it up because I mean it's still deadly. It's still
I'm
deadly.
Just saying, I'm kissing off the glass with the left now. I don't know if we.
So another thing that people don't know, because I'm not a Jordan fan off the court, but on the court you can't deny him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, when I do my post up turnaround, that's Jordan. I learned that watching Jordan. I'm never going to be able to take that away. I would not be interested in that turnaround if it wasn't for Jordan. I learned that watching him. So when you say you learn stuff watching AI, I totally get it.
Yeah,
totally get it. And just for the record, so y'all know, Allen Iverson changed the game of basketball like Lawrence Taylor changed the game of football.
Yep.
Because they made a new rule because Lawrence Taylor broke my man's leg. And when Allen Iverson hit Jordan like that, Jordan called the timeout. Changed the game.
Listen, he not only changed the game on the court, like he made it cool to be yourself. He wasn't a suit wearing guy. He had his, cornrows, bandana, big chain coming to the game. So he made it cool for, you know, the gangsters that play ball to be themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wish I would have had this conversation with you before you met AI, because he was at one of my poetry events.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him then because I was trying to make a connection. And so with the tournaments and everything, I was trying to make a connection for you then. And if he buy the hat from you, tell him, say, you remember you was at the poetry spot uptown? My brother was the host of that event that was talking to you. And then he'd be like, put two and two together. Yeah.
Yeah, he a good dude, good solid dude.
I didn't know he was living in Charlotte, but then you see him everywhere, so I get it.
I still get the jitters when I see him at Fridays. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just sit here and see the person that you know did your whole basketball career around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is never gonna get old.
I remember. Real quick, talk to me about when you worked in the arena and you first saw Patrick Ewing.
Oh, Patrick is I could curse on him.
Yeah,
Patrick is an asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Patrick is an asshole. But the first time I saw him, I was working in the arena, and I seen a big shadow come over my back, and all I hear is, "My man, can you get me a Sprite?" Because I was working in where all the drinks was and stuff. So I turned around, and said, "Patrick Ewing." He said, "Yeah, I know who I am." Yeah. Man, get the Sprite and get your ass out of here, man. I'm thinking about how much of influence you had on my house. Like, they done had your posters in the house.
Yes.
We done had whole arguments because my brother Jabril is a Bulls fan and everybody in the house is Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? We had a Bulls fan, a Heat fan in me, and then everybody else was Knicks fans in the house.
How did that even happen?
No clue.
If Patrick Ewing said, "Listen, I need you to come be a coach with me right now," and you had a choice of being a high school coach or going to work with Patrick Ewing, where you going?
I'm gonna be a high school coach.
Be a high school coach.
Only because I'm gonna be working for Patrick Ewing, so it's not gonna be my program. You know what I'm saying? High school, it's my program. I could breed it how I want to breed it.
That's true. Would it make sense to go with Patrick for a year or two and then come back and be a high school coach again?
Yeah, it's kind of like an internship. You know what I'm saying? You're going in to learn from the greats. Now we're talking on a pro level, so to go there and learn and then come be a high school coach here, that'll put me ahead.
Gotcha. Last question.
What's up?
If you could work for any coach that has been on the pro level, no matter college level, D1 through the pros.
Calipari.
Who?
Calipari.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Because he's bringing these kids in like, hey, I'm about to turn you into a pro. Yeah. You're not here. I don't need you for 4 years because some of y'all don't like school anyway. Right. I'm bringing you here so that you can create a business for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. He literally have guys for a year. Nobody's coming back to Kentucky. He's sitting. All of them are going to the league. All of them are going to the league, and all of them are creating businesses and everything. So he's basically teaching them, you're the breadwinner. Right. I'm going to show you how to get to this money, and I'm going to show you how to keep it when you stop playing basketball. Because school is not for everybody.
Is Kentucky your favorite college team?
No, heck no.
What's your favorite team?
UConn. I'm a Husky boy to the death of me. Calhoun is my favorite coach. But we don't have Calhoun no more,
Yeah. I'm still sticking with Syracuse. That's always my squad.
Only we have this talk all the time about those teams.
Yeah.
I am still butthurt that the Big East is no more.
Yeah.
Syracuse should not be in the ACC.
Yeah.
We should have our Big East basketball. Yeah. The Seton Halls, the Syracuse, the UConn, the St. John's, the Louisville, the Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? They all should be in their own conference. We shouldn't be in everybody else's conference. But
yeah. Hold on. Let me close the show. Hold on a second. Thank y'all for tuning in so much, man. This is my brother, Sootrue. Follow him on IG. If you need to get a shirt and you hadn't contacted him, contact me. I'll put you in touch with him. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I tell you every day, I challenge you today to be a better person than you was yesterday. You have everything you need to be loved, to show love, to spread love. Take it upon yourself to do so. You can be the greatest thing. Nobody can do it. The best part about that is nobody can take your place. So I challenge y'all to be great. I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock in the morning. Peace and love. Hold on, bro.